This is The Walk. Recently, it was revealed that NFL great Adrian Peterson had earned over $100 million to this point in his career. It was also revealed that despite making that much money, he was currently over $10 million in debt. His lawyer explains the situation by saying Adrian was guilty of, quote, trusting the wrong people and being taken advantage of by those he trusted.
Like a lot of people before him, Adrian Peterson has clearly made some pretty questionable friends along the way. The Bible actually speaks to that. There's a verse that says, "One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother." That verse has two parts to it. The first part is pretty clearly articulated by Adrian Peterson's situation. The second part, though, is a beautiful example of Jesus's character trait of friendship. One of the reoccurring things that we talk about a lot on The Walk is the true nature of sin. While sin typically gets painted as immoral behavior by most of society and religion, if you actually read the Bible, you discover that that doesn't go far enough to really accurately describing what it is. Sin, according to the Bible, is self-destructive behavior. It's any action that causes us pain or agony or hurt. And what's really unfortunate is that we each have a propensity to do it quite often. And the most self-destructive thing that any of us can do is any kind of activity or action that drives a wedge between us and God. The reason that God hates sin and hates it a lot is because that's what it does, is it drives a wedge between us and Him. It causes separation. And when we get cut off from God, that's when it can be really bad news. And that's what makes Jesus connecting us to God such a huge deal. And that's where that value of friendship comes in, that motivation that He has for connecting us back to Himself. His instructions to us on how to live life are completely misunderstood and misconstrued in a negative way if they're simply understood as, "Hey, I'm God and you guys need to behave down there." And unfortunately, that's the way that the world kind of contextualizes things these days. If there's anything that we read in the scriptures that is God saying to humanity, "Hey, don't do this," it is strictly because us doing it will cause ourselves harm. He's only offering it up to us, that instruction, for our own good. And by the way, there is so much more in the scriptures about what Jesus wants us to do than what He doesn't want us to do. And it's important to remember that. He shares with us instructions that if we will follow through on, we will actually experience more joy in our lives than we could possibly experience on our own. And Jesus offers that to us because in His very character, He wants to be a friend to us, a friend that gives and contributes to us, not somebody that mooches and saps the life out of us. Jesus says in John 15:15, "I have named you friends because I've let you in on everything that I've heard from the Father." A true friend is selfless, not selfish. And that's what Jesus wants to be for all of us if we'll walk through this life with Him, engaging Him that way and letting that character trait be present in our life.